Hello everyone, I am Niharika Tiwari from Sociobits. And today, as a part of our Women Entrepreneurship series, we have a dynamic lady joining us. The project director of Mendonsa Foundation, the founder of Yellow Spider Events, and a lifestyle influencer. She has already been covered by the Print, Midday, Z5, Business Standard, IIFL, and the Asian Chronicle. Today, she is joining us at Sociobits. Let's welcome Dr. Suhani Mendonsa. Thank you so much for joining me today, Suhani. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Big thank you to Niharika and Sociobits for having me here. Thank you.
So, Suhani, can we begin with your journey? How did you get into this?
So, Niharika, if I could go back a little in time when I was younger, all of a teenager, it all started at the age of 15. So, sometimes your circumstances that you have at home or what you see around, it has an impact on you, especially when you're a teenager, when you're growing up. So at the age of 13, I somehow decided that I needed to have my own money and I need to be financially independent. And from the age of 15, I started working and I have never looked back. So my first earnings were as a Mehndi artist. And then I did everything that was legal right from the age of 15 to 22, which would be money. And I think my journey has, when I go back and see, I think it's helped me so much in so many ways. So today I have no fear of talking to anyone. It could be the man passing by on the road. I've actually stopped people and asked them where you got this outfit from and things like that, because I've had a show to do and we needed it for a model. I've done that, things like that. Or whether a celebrity is standing or whether it's a CEO standing. I guess, it gives you that confidence. And because I learned it very early in life, because right from the age of 15 to 22, I had done everything. So if today you ask me, so you've done this work, I would say yes, especially when marketing is concerned. I had done every kind of marketing, right from door-to-door marketing to filling those forms, data, collecting data, to marketing products at traffic signals, to marketing products at petrol pumps, So that had a different kind of josh, which I guess was very, very exciting then.
That's great. And you also get that when you start out so early and you want to be financially independent, so you have that drive in you.
Absolutely. And the best part of it was Niharika, when I earned my first earnings and I was coming back home and I remember the only thought I had was I need to help someone with this money too. And that's where my journey for social work also began simultaneously. Yeah. So I think being an entrepreneur, making my own money, at the same time helping people, especially when they need the help, are two very, very important things in my life. Because I started so young.
And they should go hand in hand. That's great. So, like you said, if I ask you today, what have you done, you would say, yes, I've done this, yes, I've done that. So you are into event management. You have been into for more than 25 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's around almost 27 years. So I would tell you how that happened. That was very interesting indeed. So, I did every kind of job that was available, right from 15 to 22. So working as a sales girl to working in marketing to working back shows and fashion shows and production. In colleges to work in production for theatre and in Simon College, and we've done it all, right? So then there came a time where you just need that pause in your life. Ek thera chahiye, So I think that's what came to me, and then I said, okay, because I come from an Orthodox Gujarati family. My father was extremely Orthodox. My mother was always my balance, my balance, the one who used to balance me right, okay? And she's always been my best friend. So I could go and tell her anything that happened to me in my life. And I remember it was very, very difficult for my dad, to accept that I'm going out, working, doing all this. And, in fact, most of the times he didn't even know what I was doing. Like, if he would see this interview, probably the guy would get a heart attack. Oh, my daughter's done so much in her life, is it? And I was not even aware of. So, my mom was my greatest pillar of strength and my greatest support. And once I reached 22, then I said, okay, now I need to take a break. I need to give everybody a breather. Even my father, my orthodox father, even he needs a breather. So I said, now I'm just going to do a proper job, 9 to 5. So then my then neighbors, Hiralal, Thakurdas, Nanavati, they had their office at the stock market, big brokers, and I worked with them. And that time the ring was live. And we used to do sauda with hands, which I have got an experience of, which was very, very amazing. Yeah. And just imagine, I just worked there for a year, and all this happened. And what they used to do is during any festive time, especially Diwali and all, the stock brokers were allowed to take their entire team. So we went as a team and we did saudas, and during Diwali we got lots of chocolates and we came back. So we were very excited whether we made money or not, but chocolate will buy. The sweetaholic that I am, that's what got me excited. So I guess that's what, but I felt that creativity in me was like itching that, I need to do something more. And that's when I pioneered a game show, Karaoke and Takshi. And that was something which took off in a big way. So right from women gatherings, so your kitty parties to just friends coming over to corporate events. It went to the corporate event level also. Then it went to the pre-wedding, the pre-wedding parties used to happen. They used to invite me to do the karaoke and Takshi to break the ice between the guy and the girl side, So it was really, really fun. And then whilst I was doing all of that, I got an opportunity to do my first wedding. And my first wedding was in a village in Rajasthan, which I did it by being in Mumbai. And yes, I think life has been, and God has been extremely kind, and people who we've worked with have been absolutely amazing. So I've had clients who've actually changed their date of their events because I have not been present. I have a very dear friend of mine, and he'll always say that this girl, अगर उसको इवेंट दिया ना तो आपको सिर्फ शान से बैठने का है, अपने को सिर्फ शान से बैठने का है. She always says that because she is the one. अगर जेंट्स टॉयलेट होगा वो भी जाके चेक करेंगे कि क्लीन है कि नहीं. Because I feel when somebody comes to your event or the event that I'm hosting as an event manager on behalf of my client, every person who comes in should be comfortable. That's the first thing. And second, most important thing, that they should all have a smile on their face. And when they leave, they should take back happy memories. So that was very, very important. So that's how my events started. So from that first wedding to the first corporate event, to the first fashion show, to the first stage show, to the first stock show, I've never looked back. I've just continued and gone on with the flow. And then came the pandemic. And events shuttered down. So I guess the whole world went through it, and I'm not the only one.
Yeah. So what did you do then?
So yes, it affected me a lot. I went through major depression also, because that was my life. That was the birth I'd given to a child. Literally, it was my first baby. Like actually, my first baby was my dog Foxy, who lived with us for 16 years. Second baby was my events company. And of course, then my two boys, Jay and Krishna, my sons. And this is the way I started. So it was very funny the way I started influencing. When during lockdown, we had a lot of time. Suddenly, you were at home, you were not going out, and sometimes it was a little stifling too, because you were sitting at home the whole day, right? But for me, I went out from day one, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you why. because we used to go for a daily distribution. Daily distribution of daily essential goods to the slums. We used to go every day, right? So from day one, I was out. But when you came back home, okay, and you used to come back with a lot of emotional kind of, heartbreaking kind of scene that you used to always see there, because food had become something which is so basic in life, and for people who are on the street, they were going without it for days. It was shocking that we could reach such a situation. So when you came back home, you were always in that frame of mind that, a lot of friends of mine would say, you would feel so amazing about yourself, that you gone and helped so many people. I said, no, it's the opposite way. We would always feel that, oh, itne log chhoot gaye. Exactly. So many people we couldn't help. But after a point in time, you realize that you can only help that much, right? So what we started doing is we started collaborating with NGOs. And then we saw to that we would try and reach as many people as possible. So that's what we did during. And of course, then we come back home, you had certain time to yourself because everybody was on Zoom, everybody is getting busy and on. So I used to make all these videos and I used to post them. And a lot of my friends really used to like the videos that I used to post. What was amazing about us was when they used to send me a WhatsApp message and they used to say that, hey, this video is really nice, I really enjoyed watching it. So then you realize that what you're doing is right. Yeah. So then I decided to be an influencer. And I remember at first a lot of people told me that, are you crazy? You're taking up influencing. I mean, do you know what your competition is? Not only half your age, but half your weight too. So I was really thankful to them because they were like devil's advocate for me. They were showing me the better. And that got me to thinking, what is it that I have to offer? Okay, what is it that can make a difference by having me on their team as their influencer, as working with them, And then I said, yes, I've got 27 years of experience as an entrepreneur, right? I have been an entrepreneur, so I know the pain points of an entrepreneur. And I can definitely understand them better. And for an entrepreneur, to get them connected to their target audience is extremely important. And I could do that because of the contact sphere I had, right? Of the number of relationships that you build over a period of time, over a period of this journey of 27 years of being an entrepreneur until today I'm one, right? So I think that's very important. So I always say, Niharika, that you meet a person, you connect with them, you network with them, right? Then you build a relationship. And the most important thing is to maintain that relationship. So today I know if I have to call up anyone and tell them that, I'm having this event, you must come for it. So just because Suhani has said it, they will be there. Just because Suhani is saying this product is old, they're going to try it. Just because Suhani said that, we must try this X person's service because they are really good at their job, they're professional. So they would do that. And that could happen only because of the number of years of the relationship that we are in, correct? And it's not only one way in Harika, it's a two-way thing. So even for them, I'm always available. So I feel that's very, very important.
Right. And you aptly pointed out that you utilized your 27 years of experience into influencing, because I've seen most influencers today, they don't have, they don't realize what value they hold. Like if they could say one line, one thing, and people are going to believe it. Right. So that's where the responsibility comes into picture, and you understand that. Yes. Right?
Yes. I guess being an entrepreneur started very young has taught me that. And of course, having my wonderful husband Vivek, who has been not only my support, my pillar of strength, but he's been my mentor too, and he's guided me a lot. So I guess, yes, a lot of learnings on the way, and that's where I am here today.
So today you're an entrepreneur, you're an influencer, and you are a woman.
Yes.
So like you said, people are playing devil's advocate.
Right.
So as a women entrepreneur and influencer, you can say, what keeps you going? Like you are into so many things. How do you handle all of it?
That's well, honestly, I don't know whether I should be saying this live, but I'm terrible at time management. That's the truth. But I have a very good support system. Okay, right from home, family, my staff. I would always be extremely thankful to them. And yes, my two boys, my husband, they've been brilliant support, you know. So anything and everything that I have to do, they are always there, okay. And sometimes what happens when you're having too much on your plate, you become forgetful, yeah. And somehow I yet feel that I'm that young and I remember everything, so I don't write down anything at all. So now my son has taught me, on the mobile there's something called notes and you need to take it down. So started doing that, and yes, it keeps me going. So you have to balance it. Correct. Yeah. So being a woman, being a mother, being a daughter-in-law, being a wife, so many roles we're playing. Being a daughter of my parents, being a sibling to my siblings that I have. So many roles we keep on playing, and of course, being a friend. I think I hold that very close, that relationship very close, because I feel a friendship is the best relationship ever. So I think you need to balance it out, and you need to see what is your priority. At that point in time, that's for a moment. What is your priority? And you need to stick to it. And yes, you need to make a timetable. You need to have notes, which I have started doing, I promise. That's why I'm on time most of the time.
So I really think that what I got from this is it is very important for women to have the right kind of support system with them. Because if people uplift us, then only we can move forward.
So I feel another thing out here. I feel a lot of people talk about women empowerment, but I feel women themselves are very empowered. Okay, they just need that little hand holding. Okay, which sometimes what happens is because there's certain women that we work with because of my foundation, the project director there. We come across so many women who don't have that confidence in them that they can do it. Yeah, because all their lives, the only thing they have been told to be at home, to look after the house, to look after the kids, to cook, that's it, that's their life, to look after their in-laws, nothing more, that's it. I mean, they don't even step out of the house. But this pandemic, they proved everybody wrong, because we at Don Bosco Development Society, they run a skill development for the underprivileged, especially for the women. And they have so many centers and so many slums. And these women can learn not only one, but as many courses they want, right? And then what they feel passionate about, okay, they take it up and they actually become solopreneurs. So we at Mendonsa Foundation, we actually honored them. And there were 27 of them. Not one, not two, but 27 of them. And right through the pandemic, mind you, they were the ones who supported their family. So I feel a woman can make and break anything that she wants to.
I really agree with that. And I think it's high time that we give them the little push that they need.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That is actually enough from them.
Right, absolutely. I'm so sorry my phone's bugging me, but
no,
it's on silent.
So you have mentioned about your foundation.
Right.
So could you tell us a little more about it? Because no matter what happened, the pandemic hit, the business went down, whatever happened, that kept on going.
Yeah.
So that is something that is a very big part of your life, I assume. So could you please tell us more about it?
So it's our family's foundation. So Mendonsa Foundation works on various causes, right from education to the rural, right? So what we have done is we collaborate with NGOs who have already been doing brilliant work in this particular field. Okay, so right, whether it's education, we have collaborated with Light of Life Trust, which has been doing brilliant work. They have touched lakhs of lives. Okay, their founder, Willie Doctor, has done some brilliant work. Their CEO, Mr. Ramesh Daswani, is doing a brilliant job. Then we have collaborated with Women Build India, which basically helps the farmers who committed suicide for their widows to help build homes for them, right? And a lot of them live in such parts of Maharashtra, especially not only Maharashtra, other parts of our country, which are very interior. And they have no roads, they have nothing, they have to walk for miles for water. So a campaign came out for water wheels, where they had to just ride it, okay, hold it and ride it. It was much more better than taking that whole gada of water and carrying it over their head. So these are different causes that we're working in. We worked with ABMSS, that is, they do surgeries for children who are born in economically challenged background, and they are born with cleft lip palate. Okay, yeah. So ABMSS has got more than 37 centers pan-India, and we definitely work with them very closely and we support them. Mr. Dushyant Prasad, who is based in Bangalore, is doing an absolute brilliant job of it, right? And then we also help the visually challenged. There's an amazing orchestra called Udan, and they're all visually challenged. But if you hear them sing, if you hear them play the instrument, you will never believe it. They have the music in them. So we support that too. And of course now we've been, ever since the pandemic, we've been supporting mental wellness. That's something which we've been working on a big way. And the reason why we support some of the causes, especially one of them is very close to our heart, is cleft lip palate. My younger son, who's all of 22 now, he was born with a bilateral cleft lip palate. So I as a mom know what I went through. So imagine we being educated, we have the financial support, and yet it's such a task for us to go through with a child who's born with a congenital issue, right, and who's going to have multiple surgeries. Yeah, and anything for a parent, if their child has to go through any hardship or any pain, it's very difficult, right? So I just felt that if we are going through so much, what about that underprivileged mom, that underprivileged dad? So it's very heartening every year when I go, I meet them, I meet the parents, and I see it's really, really tough, but yet they want the best for their children, and they are doing it. So it's amazing to support such people. And every time I meet them, there's so much of learning, you know. So in fact, I feel thankful that they give us an opportunity to do it.
That sounds so wonderful, and I'm sure our viewers, we are all. It was such a delight to hear that you're doing it selflessly, and that's why I wanted to ask you about Mendonsa Foundation. So this would be my last question,
okay.
And it would be about the other women entrepreneurs or influencers, you can say, that are just starting out.
Right.
With your experience that you've collected, if you could point out certain things for them that we should be looking out for.
So I want to say this to everyone, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, whether you're a young youth, or whatever you start out to learn with, okay, you must research what you are getting into, okay? You just can't get into it just like that. Because you will find a lot of people in your journey, okay? Most of them are out to get you on the wrong track, okay? Not teach you the right things, right? So you need to understand, you need to find out, you need to research, and you need to learn about that subject very well, right?
Correct.
So for me, I also met many wonderful people, but there were people who did get me off track, and I was very, very, I think, privileged and I'm thankful that I have my younger son who is extremely tech savvy. And I remember when I started out, I didn't even know how to post a story. I didn't even know how to post a reel. I didn't know how it was because I'm not tech savvy, right? But I remember my younger son telling me, Ma, I remember how you used to teach us when you were young, right? So it's now your turn. I'm going to teach you. You better take a pen and a book and start writing the steps. And that's how I learned. And then I learned more about, there are a lot of good programs available. So like for me, I had to learn about influencing. So I really went through that entire thing of learning what influencing is about. Because whatever said and done, okay, Niharika, okay, you are of your generation knows what influencers, because you all are always online. Then many people here don't know that there is something like like influencing, which can be a profession. Yeah. So most people who I talk to of my age, and when you tell them that I'm an influencer on social media, oh वो क्या होता है, हमने तो कभी नहीं सुना है. So you need to explain to them. They need to understand that we are the ones who take your brand to people. We make an awareness where your brand is concerned, and not only awareness, we tell them your USP, we share your USP of your brand, and we get the trust of the people towards your brand, you see. And that's how we can take your product on our handle and we can share it with people, and you will have definitely customers coming, looking out for your products, you see.
So researching, and you are a learner throughout your life.
Always. I think every day is a learning. Now today I've come here, I met you. There was so much of learning in that, right? Because I must tell you that this girl has got a lot of patience. Yeah, she's been after me for a long time for this interview, and because of certain personal crisis, I could not come in, and medical issues that had happened. But she waited and she waited, and she would keep on WhatsApping me. Is this week okay? Is a week after okay? And I really admire her, because I always feel that young people have no patience, which she had. So thank you, Niharika, for that. Because of that, I'm here today, and we could have this lovely conversation, between us, and it's been brilliant.
And this was two-way too. I learned a lot too, and thank you so much for appreciating it. It was a very insightful conversation, I should say, and thank you so much for joining me at Sociobits. We will be looking to cover you again soon.
Oh wow! So I want to end it with one quote, which they say about influencers. So influencers are very, very. I would say sometimes people don't understand. Mm-hmm. What happens is they just feel that it's all about that one post. Okay, that you take it on your handle and you share it, and that's about it. Okay, and then you have whatever, how many ever, 1,000 views, 12,000 views, whatever. No, it's not about that. It's a lot more. You need to have the faith in them. Okay, and there are a whole lot of them who have been working with authenticity. So you need to tap those influencers. And do follow me on my Instagram at Suhani Mendonsa. That's SUHANIMENDONSA. I get very excited with that. Even that one follower that I get every day, I'm totally excited.
I think that was the perfect.
Yeah. So this is what I wanted to say, that I'm going to check on my phone, because this is a line which really I feel had a huge impact on me. And as I started off when I said that true influencing is about leveraging authenticity, but they always say that, here, as you can see, it says, and it's Tim Bax who says it, that influencers think that because they have some audience, they have the power, and of course they have some power, but they should be careful in how they use it. So in our conversation, we covered it. And this is also, I think, very, very important, is that influencer marketing is definitely going to have a golden era of a decade. And I think we're just about starting.
Correct.
Right? So I feel all this is extremely important. So please, change is the only constant. We need to upgrade ourselves, and we need to learn every day of our lives.
Thank you so much for that too.
Yeah.
And I really wish you all the best for everything that you do, because you're so young at heart, I must say.
Thank you.